How do you feel about Prop 19, the legalization of marijuana? Who would you vote for president, et cetera, et cetera. And what happens is random digit dialing takes a representation of the country, as in the population. You know, whatever percentage of the population in the United States is white, Hispanic, African American, Asian, American Indian, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? And then uses that and chooses people from different areas of the country that is representative of that overall population, so that it is an accurate view, hopefully, of our country's view. Because you can't talk to all 330 million people, right? Whatever, how many people in the United States. You talk to a percentage of them. And hopefully the idea of that percentage should be a representation of the overall population. And of course, that also goes not just to ethnicity, right? Sorry. Ethnicity. It also has to do with socioeconomic, right? Because you just don't want to talk to rich people or poor people. You want to talk to rich, poor, middle class. So it also has to do with socioeconomic. So anyway, random digit dialing, or the companies that do polling try to do it in such a way they use random digit dialing based on those areas of the country that are a good representation of the overall population, right, Melissa? And then randomly you might get selected. And that's how polls are done. That's how accurate polls are done, as you probably have learned in stats already, or are learning. That's very important. Now, you take that versus a straw poll. This is a good example of a straw poll, right? On the cover of the Herald, on the front page, it says, Herald question of the day, right? Was the 2008 bank bailout worth the estimated $50 billion it cost taxpayers? Yes, no, no opinion. Go to MontereyHerald.com to place your vote. This is a straw vote, folks. This is a person at home reading this, or online, because you can read this online, saying, you know, it's kind of interesting. I think I'm going to go online and put my vote in. It's a voluntary response. Thank you. Right? Is that going to be an accurate poll? Is that going to be an accurate view of how we, as a general populace, feel about, in this case, the 2008 bank bailout? Yes or no? Absolutely not. Right? For example, another example, to cement this further into your brain, straw polls are not accurate. Right? If on tonight on the news at 6, right, on Channel 6, on NBC, right, Dennis Green and whoever else does the news at that time, they do a poll. The poll says, are you going to vote yes on Proposition 19, the legalization of marijuana? Are you going to vote no? Right? And so somebody is watching it at home, right? And person watching it at home, one particular person is sitting there and he's taking bong hits right then and there, right? It's like, not that I've ever done that, so don't go there, please. And the point is that person going to call up and say, yeah, man, hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, yes, right? That enthusiastic, right, under the influence individual is going to call up because they're interested, right? Just like the person's going to call up and say, no way. The person that lives next door to me is a total pothead. I hate them. They play loud music until 3 in the morning. Blah, blah, blah. No, I would not vote for it. So once again, there's the enthusiasm on the other side, right, Melissa? Right? Is that an accurate poll? Who's calling in?
People that feel most
People that feel it very strongly about this topic, right? Whether they're high or not, right? In this case, it's not going to be an accurate poll. That's a straw poll. Versus random digit dialing, which is random, and is supposed to be a representation of the population at large. Right, good point. And cell phones, that's why I had you read that article a few weeks back, and I know we didn't talk about it, but cell phones have thrown a monkey wrench into random digit dialing because a lot of people, not me, but some people, their cell phone is their phone. They don't have a landline, right? So random digit dialing is not going to reach some of these people. So then the argument could be made, well, maybe random digit dialing today isn't even a fair representation of the population, right, Ethan? Because so many people use their cell phones. So it's just something to think about, and I'm sure those people that do polls, like Gallup, for example, have considered this, and I'm sure they're trying to make adjustments accordingly. Does everybody understand straw polls? Are they accurate, yes or no?
No.
No. Why not?
Volunteer bias.
We're asking for voluntary participation, which throws a major bias in, one way or the other. It's not a true representation of what the population in general is. Random digit dialing is much more accurate and much more neutral. Last question. Most Americans today would identify themselves as conservative. Come on, folks. Make me proud.
Fail.
Anybody say true?
Nope.
You better not. Right? We know this. We beat this dog to death. I hate to say that. It's so terrible. We beat this horse to death, right? Folks.
Wow, that's better.
Not say that either. Folks. What do we tend to identify ourselves as? Independent or moderate in our thinking, right? Good. You make me so proud. Any questions on this? Am I looking at that for any particular reason?
No.
I thought you were going to show me a picture or something.
No.
How much you love this class. All right, review list. Review list. Pull it out. You notice I've written lots of notes on mine. Review list. Pull it out. Ask me questions. If anybody for some reason has misplaced theirs, I by chance have some.
Now that
copies.
is a lecture.
Review list. Review list I gave you like 3 weeks ago. Wow, so maybe you need one. I could make one.